There was a perception, I think, from Arsenal's point of view, that that Man United didn't always necessarily play fair for them. And the boiling injustice they felt when they perceived that Ruud van Nistelrooy had got Patrick Vieira sent off.
It was a row that was brewing, and the word cheat and the words, diver were regularly bounded about in press conferences. Then that late penalty, I think Arsenal felt cheated at that time.
He puts on the spot, and you think, well, game over.
And then when the player missed, I just give it to him, as you might do in the playground.
I don't think a United player would have reacted the way he did. Keown went over the top, really. It wasn't a nice thing to see.
It was unfortunate. People have said I regretted it. I never said that.
It was probably the biggest disgrace of all time, the way that those Arsenal players acted.
The Nevilles like to label things and sensationalise, and I think it was more of a disgrace that there was no one there to protect Van Nistelrooy. They seemed to let us loose on him.
They acted like spoilt kids, and that summed our relationships up at that time. It'd gone too far.
There's anger and there's relief. But it wasn't anger because we was going to break a row. It was anger because you conned the ref.
We got a little bit carried away. You could say we went below the line, but you look back, it was a huge sporting moment because we went unbeaten. Who was to know that with that miss, if he puts that in the back of the net, then Arsenal couldn't have achieved something that Manchester United never did in that period when they were the team, and we somehow managed to pull that off, and they didn't.
If you can't get better than this, this is the best day for Arsenal Football Club ever, and it ain't going to be repeated for some time. Go on, you got it!
That run that they went on, you have to admit it as a former Manchester United player that their football that they played was probably some of the best that the Premier League's ever seen.
I think everyone will remember that in the year 2003 and 2004, a team stayed unbeaten, and the team in question was Arsenal. Thank you.
And I used to say it before every game, take a look, because you won't see a better group of players ever again. You could have gone to war with that group.